Hello and welcome back to the Reiki Gem Wellness channel. Happy New Year! Yay! I enjoyed a brief break for a couple of weeks, but I am so happy to be back filming videos and providing you with great information that will help us get into this new year, 2021, with the best energy possible. For those who are new to the channel, my name is Shannon. I'm a certified Reiki master and teacher and a certified gemologist, and I combine those skills and passions to provide you with the knowledge, the tools, and the opportunities to incorporate crystal wisdom into your everyday practical lives, your real life situations right now. This is an episode that I call Let's Talk Crystals. This is more conversational. It is unscripted. It is mostly unedited, but it's more just of a discussion. There are usually two parts. One in which I offer you examples of how I've used crystals and gemstones in my real life situations, to give you an example of how you can use them in yours. And then also to answer the most commonly asked questions that I get in the comments and through email. And today, both of those sections are combined into one because they are very closely related, and that is gemstones for letting go. Gemstones for releasing attachments, releasing our hold on things that are past or haven't come to pass. The month of December is a time for me of quiet and solitude and reflection on the past year, to see what happened, what didn't, and to really say goodbye to things that no longer serve me, things that have completed. And the reason why this is important is because if we're still having an emotional or energetic attachment to something, then it often blocks our progress forward. We're thinking about the past, we're thinking about something else, and we're either afraid, unwilling, or it just doesn't occur to us to take the next step forward, to move ahead in our life, to start in on the next adventure, situation, project, relationship. So what kinds of things might we need to let go of? It could be an old relationship, an old friendship, the loss of a loved one, an old job. Maybe you moved to a new city, you're missing your old one. It could be anything that has completed for you this year, and that could be voluntary or involuntary. Like you may have graduated from school, and that's a good thing and it's voluntary, but you might still miss that atmosphere and that routine. You might be holding on to that and not willing to then make the next step in your education or your career. So the gemstones, well, before I get to that, it's also important to be able to release and let go of things that we wanted to happen, but that didn't happen. I know 2020 has rocked all of us tremendously. I think most people were at this point last year with a whole bunch of plans and a whole different vision of what this year would be. And many of those things didn't come to pass. And a whole bunch of unexpected things happened that we were not prepared for. So if there are things that you had hoped would happen during the year that didn't happen, you might still be mourning that. And it doesn't mean that you can't still plan it for 2021 or the next year or the time period ahead, but the disappointment that it hasn't already happened, we need to let go of. And that could be, it could have been a project that you wanted to start, a business you wanted to launch, a baby you wanted to have, you know, meeting the right person, getting a certification. Like, there's a lot of things that we could have wanted to happen that we didn't get the chance to. And, you know, we need to be able to release that to then move forward and maybe try again this year. So then, the gemstones that are really helpful for letting go and for releasing are Aquamarine. This is actually the stone of letting go, of courage and letting go. So I highly recommend that for this process. But also Labradorite, Kambaba Jasper, Obsidian, and also Picasso Jasper, which I don't have near me right now, but that's also a very helpful gemstone for letting go and releasing. How would you do this? Well, one of the practices that I have in December is to sit in a quiet spot and just reflect on the year. Have a journal or a piece of paper with me and write down all of those things that I might still emotionally or energetically be holding on to and either mourning the loss of or not really willing to let go yet, or sad that they didn't happen yet. And I write that all down. Then there are two methods that you can use for releasing this. And one is using visualizations in your breath, and the other is to use fire. And the first one, this could be done at any time. So day, night, in your house, whatever. You sit in quiet meditation with your gemstone in your dominant hand, the hand that you write with, because we're going to be sending out. We're going to be releasing these attachments out back to the universe, which will accept and absorb it and dissolve it for us and help us move forward. Then as you sit in quiet meditation, bring up the first thing on your list and think about it and how it feels in your body to you. And to think about the lessons that we learned from it, the good times, the not so good times, what it may have helped us develop within ourselves. And then to say goodbye, like, thank you for these lessons, thank you for these experiences, thank you for letting me go. Like, if you were in a situation that was bad for you, like, thank you for letting me go and releasing me. And then as you exhale, imagine just sending that out to the universe. Goodbye. And sending it out. And if this is, you know, an attachment to something that hasn't happened, but you still would like to happen, it's not a permanent goodbye, but it's a goodbye to the clinging to it, the disappointment that it hasn't already happened. This opens up space for you to plan and move forward to implementing it anew in the next year, the next time period. The second method is with fire. So you could take small pieces of paper and write each issue on it, and then go outside, use a receptacle that is not flammable. Make sure it's not windy, that you have all of your safety measures set up. Maybe have some water nearby in case you have some fire sparks. We don't want to cause a forest fire. But to take up one of these pages or pieces of paper, one at a time, do the same reflection on it. And when you're ready, light that piece of paper on fire and set it in your non-flammable bowl or dish, and allow the smoke to send that off to the universe while you say goodbye. Thank you and goodbye. And this practice doesn't have to just be at the new year or at the end of the year. You can do it any time when you notice that you are holding on to something that may be blocking your forward momentum, your progress in life, keeping you from taking the next step or starting something new. If you notice that this is happening, you could do this practice at any time. Now, I do have a release and renew crystal meditation that I posted that's also helpful if you would like some more guidance, a guided meditation through this process, and I'll link that in the eye above. This practice of letting go helps us open up space within ourselves, within our heart, within our energetic body to receive something new. For new opportunities, new friendships, relationships to arise. It gives us the space and the vision to be able to recognize them when they occur, because we're not looking backwards, we're looking forwards. And I know it's not December anymore, but this is still really early in this year. It's a really good practice right now to look back on 2020 and to see what you need to let go of before you start planning for the year ahead. Now, in the next episode, I'm going to be talking about the next step in this and gemstones for new beginnings, fresh starts, starting something new. But before we start on that process, it's really important to cleanse out anything we don't need anymore and just give ourselves some space. Like, take the weight off of our shoulders. You'll feel lighter, more open, and free from all of those things that have been holding on to you. So thank you so much for joining me for this, the first Let's Talk Crystals of 2020. And just to let you know, the store should be opening up again in the next couple of days. And I hope that the Postal Service has reinvigorated their tracking system to make it easier on everybody. But we'll see. I'm hoping for the best. So thank you so much. Happy New Year. Welcome to a new year. There is a light at the end of this pandemic tunnel. Thank you so much, and I'll see you again for the first crystal of 2020.